when I did this, I was on a high for like 3 days.
Yeah, I remember you calling me right after, and I could hear you like driving fast down the street, like, this is awesome.
Well, it's funny. So when I was going there, I decided to go there. I wanted to get people to come with me. I invited you. I invited many other people. Everyone denied. And I'm like, oh shit, like, am I actually going to do this? But then I thought to myself, like, listen, I want to be active of not only doing good in society, but stopping bad. And this is stopping bad. Me going here is stopping bad, because now they're going to anticipate people like me. And I encourage anybody to go to these things and ask questions, because as you can see right now, they're afraid of us.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't take much. I haven't even said a word to anybody since the beginning of the video. And look how uncomfortable and look how afraid they are. It's because they know that their ideology is bullshit. They know that it's lies. And when you lie, your life becomes chaos.
All right, what's up, everyone? This is the Intellectual Dummies. I'm Paul. This is Lucas. This episode, we got Luke going on location at the Norwell Public Library, where they hosted a LGBTQ plus night, talking about what the queers and trans got to do to save our democracy in this country. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's get into it. So, Lucas, how did you stumble upon all this? Because what happened is, for people who, obviously everyone who doesn't know, Luke just called me one day and was like, I'm going to LGBTQ night on Thursday. Do you want to go? And I was like, no. Like, how did you stumble upon this?
Well, what happened was I was on, my hometown where I grew up. I don't know if I should name the name.
I already said Norwell Public Library.
Okay, yeah, all right. So my hometown in Norwell, I don't live there anymore, but my hometown in Norwell, I'm still up to date what goes on there via the Facebook page. And someone had posted the now, Paul, can you bring it up? Can you bring up the picture that I sent you? Because this is what was posted on the Norwell page. Now it says issues facing our democracy, LGBTQ, featuring a panel of speakers from Speak Out Boston who will share their stories and host a dialogue with audience. The Speak Out motto is "Ask Us Anything," which is pretty ironic once we get into it.
You can't have an "Ask Us Anything."
You can't. Yeah. There was this big controversy on the Norwell page. Ask Us Anything. We will allow everybody a chance to engage, learn, and connect. Wait till you watch the fucking video.
I can't wait to see this.
Yeah, we hope you'll enjoy this powerful and timely conversation. So on the Norwell page, this gets posted. And of course, what does it do? It's immediately divisive. Because for obvious reasons, issues facing our democracy, LGBTQ, there's not a single LGBTQ issue that is relevant to the preservation of our democracy. Not a single one. Yeah. Not a single fucking one. They could all go south so fast and nothing would fucking happen. I'd still be going to 7-Eleven and get my dollar coffee. Sorry.
Yeah, if we woke up tomorrow and there were no trans people, the world wouldn't change a fucking single bit.
Yeah, the world would be a little bit better. If I was in the UK, I'd be in fucking prison.
Yeah, this episode in the UK will put us in prison.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm being a little bit funny. But I don't. As far as the trans issue goes, I don't believe in it. I think it's all lies. I think it's unhealthy. I think a lot of this behavior in the alphabet mafia, what I've coined them, the alphabet mafia, I don't think any of that behavior is healthy or conducive to a strong society.
Yeah, I don't believe in it either. I think it's satanic. That's why I put this pit of hell for our background, because that's where all these people are going.
Are those all the gay souls swimming around?
Yeah, those are their skulls and stuff. Like that. Yeah, that's all. Everyone's pro-trans. This is where you all go right here.
Episode's fucking starting off great, people. I mean, so I just so as the post says, it's welcome to everybody to ask any questions that they want. So I see all these conservatives, and I get conservatives, you know, you see a lot of Facebook warriors online that will, you know, talk a lot of shit, but at the end of the day, they're not really doing anything about it. And no offense to those people, you do you. But at Intellectual Dummies, we put our values where our mouth is, and we take action. So I made it a point to rush home from work and go to this thing and ask questions, and wait till you see how it turned out immediately.
And some of the folks that are losing their commitment, no photos, please. No photos.
No, it's a video.
No videos.
This is a public place.
No photos.
It's a public place.
No photos right now.
This is a public place.
So Luke's already starting a ruckus.
Well, here's the thing. I had just sat down, and what's interesting, I mean, I couldn't have come in any more sound. I just sat down, took out my phone, and I wanted to record it because I wanted people to know what's going on here. What are we talking about? You know, what are the points being made? Who are these people that are in my hometown's public library? Now, one thing I want to point out, isn't it interesting that every single leftist social movement is all about rights, women's rights, LGBTQ rights, voting rights, you name it, rights. And we all know what our rights are. Well, at least conservatives know what rights are. Mm-hmm. But it's interesting right here, they don't even know the first one, which is freedom of speech, which is exactly what I'm exercising right here, is freedom of speech. So all these people preaching rights, they don't even know the first one. They're all full of shit. You can film anywhere you want, so long as you're in a public space and there's no restricted signs.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people don't get that. You see these people in the streets going, I don't give you permission to record me. It's like you don't have that right to say that when you're on the street.
Yeah, you don't.
That's not how life works.
Yeah.
All right, so let's continue on where Luke is already starting a ruckus.
Yeah. Look at all that blue hairs.
But notice, too, the first thing I noticed, all, like, elderly people.
Yeah.
All old white people.
Yeah, exactly, as you would expect.
That's not true. I'm allowed to film anything that I can see from a public space.
But if somebody doesn't want it,
He can't.
what?
So who's that saying he can?
So some woman in the background, she must work at the library, but she's saying he can do this. He can do this.
Hey, I'm a conservative. I'm here to learn. I want to educate myself.
Well, you don't need a camera for that. Just listen.
I am listening.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, well, I don't understand the problem.
Fuck down.
That was kind of a hard push. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
How do you problem is that somebody doesn't want to be filmed.
You can ask.
How
not
do you
take
plan
photos.
to use it?
It's fine that you're here, that you're participating. We've asked you politely to not take photos.
I politely decline. It's a constitutional protected activity. This is a public space funded by tax dollars.
What do you plan on doing with the photo?
What do you plan on doing? Thanks for the question, Gertrude.
I'm
Doesn't make you have.
a journalist collecting content for a story.
Who do you work for?
My own personal news station.
What is?
If anybody has any questions after this, I'll be more than happy to answer any question.
Look at this thing right here. Jesus.
Yeah, it's funny because on the Facebook post, I'm fairly certain, and I could be wrong, this fucking creature over here with the fucking what do they call those glasses?
Coke bottle.
The Coke bottle glasses was like talking a little bit of shit and doing a little bit of trolling online. So
Really?
I believe so. I could be wrong, but I believe so.
For those who are listening, this is my first time seeing any of this, so I'm kind of like reacting and seeing all this in real time with the rest of you. So,
Yeah.
like, I will try my best to like keep quiet, but I'm also like, holy shit, you know?
Yeah.
All right, let's keep it going.
Questions. Fair? I'm here to learn. I'm here to educate myself. I have questions. I'm sure you all have questions. Raise your hand if you're a conservative here.
Film it.
Yeah,
Zero people raised
I
their hand.
would like to film it.
I don't
It's my
believe-
constitutionally protected
There's
activity.
no way that that's true. You're lying. Can you?
There's no way that that's true. You're lying. And this poor woman who's like wearing a sweater in summertime is just trying to keep her, like, her
It's
zen.
playing damage control.
You
Nope.
just record it.
How about we listen to this woman right here? She seems to know the constitutional rights.
She's not saying the truth. But she just wants to lie.
Hey, you guys started talking to me. I didn't say anything. I came in here quietly.
politely to stop recording.
Well, and I politely declined.
Right, so you can stop talking.
Okay, fair enough. Let's do
Yeah.
it.
So pause it real quick. Pause it real quick. So you can't really hear it, but there's actually a young lady off to the right who's saying, "Well, can you please stop talking so that we can all listen?"
Oh yeah, I heard that.
And I'm like, "Wait a minute! Look what just happened. We're fucking 90 seconds into this, and everyone's fucking talking to me.
Yeah, everyone
Say a
started
fucking
talking
word.
to you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
You know."
And get this man.
She's filming
Can
me.
you just record
That's what I'm trying to do.
instead of
I will not say another word until the Q&A.
taking pictures or videotaping? Can you just record what they say?
Literally, what you were doing was just recording.
Yeah, yeah.
What does this guy have to say? I
Okay.
can't wait.
So let's get to the meat of this real quick. Is those are two women trying to be men, and now they're gonna start telling their stories and stuff like that. And it's you know, I don't know if they were holding back because I was there, but it's a bunch of childish bullying shit that they go through. But let's play and we'll learn. This fucking old guy right there. Fuck that guy.
My name is Aiden. My pronouns are they and them, and I am queer and trans. I've also been a teacher at the college level for 20 years. One of the first things that
Sorry, I get it. Like, you want to be a guy and whatever, but that voice, you gotta. I mean, at least start gargling your mouth with whiskey.
Yeah, I know. Start doing some Phil Anselmo type shit and start
Yeah.
gargling some whiskey.
Exactly.
learned when I started teaching, I learned very quickly.
And like this woman, she's taking a picture of me. That woman in the purple films me the entire time.
I mean, who gives a fuck, right?
Oh, I don't give a fuck at all.
Sometimes this is a huge relief, right? If a student stops showing up to class, a student isn't doing their reading, it's probably not about me. It's probably that there's something going on in their mind. But the other thing that means is that when I walk into the classroom, it's not about who I am. It's not about my ego. It's not about what I want. It's not about me. It's about my ability to meet my students exactly where they are, see them for who they are.
Her student, she's a fucking teacher.
Yeah. So, and now get this too. It's not about who I am. Yes, it is. If you're a teacher, it is about who you are. You're a figure of authority. You're educating young minds. It is about who you are. It is about your perspective. It is about what you know, and it is about whether or not you're telling the truth.
Mhm.
And as we'll see, they don't know what fucking truth is.
They are, and give them every opportunity to learn. I've done a pretty good job over 20 years showing up for my students. And one of the reasons that this means so much to me, this is so important to me, is because of some of my own educational experiences,
Look at that tattoo.
which go back a really long time.
Which one?
And when I zoomed in on that tattoo, you can't really see it. Right on her forearm right there. I try to zoom in on it.
I've done a pretty good job over 20
She'll
years
move in a sec.
showing up for
Yeah.
my students. And one of the reasons that this
That little
means so much-
triangle on her forearm. Those
Oh,
are
I see
all,
that.
you know how you have like the male and female gender symbols?
Uh-huh.
Well, as you can see, those two are combined and they got another one in there. So I think that's like I'm an all genders, they, them
Well, yeah,
tattoo.
remember I showed you that picture that said Satan respects pronouns, and that was the symbol in the middle of his head?
Yes, it was.
Of the
Yes,
goat.
it motherfucking was.
Yep.
This is so important to me, is because of some of my own educational experiences.
Boom. Yep. That was in the middle of the goat's head right there.
Yeah, yeah.
Which go back a really long time. So I first came out when I was maybe 12 or 13 years old. I didn't have the word for transgender. I didn't know what this. I didn't even know about this concept. But I knew I was some kind of queer. And so I told one of my friends when we were all talking about who's dating who likes who, and who went to what race with who. And so I told one of my friends, I'm bisexual. And she was like, okay, cool. And I was like, cool, this is fine.
Yeah, nobody gives a fuck. Pause it. Nobody gives a fuck what you
Yeah.
are.
Nobody cares.
You know, this is something that I've made sure, you know, my nieces and nephew know because they go to liberal schools and we're in Massachusetts and it's a fucking liberal cesspool. It's liberal cesspool over here is, I had to tell my friends that I'm bisexual. Nobody gives a fuck what you are. Nobody cares how you like to masturbate. Nobody cares how you like to have sex. No one cares who you have sex with. Conservatives don't even really care. Most conservatives don't give a fuck. But you know what makes me not like you? It's when you're like, hey, by the way, I also like to have sex with men. I also like to have sex with women. And I'm over here just eating my fucking tapioca pudding like, I don't fucking care. I don't fucking care at all. Why? I'll figure it out when you start bringing fucking, when my fucking, you know, my hypothetical cousin fucking, trying to think of a name that's not actually my cousin, Sean, starts bringing over Mike every Thanksgiving. That's when I'll figure it out. Okay, maybe he's a little fucking light in the loafers, but I don't give a fuck. I give a fuck when you're like, just so everybody knows, I have to come out of the closet and let everybody know that I'm gay. Nobody fucking cares. It's 2025 in Massachusetts. Fuck off. Anyways.
All right. Before we continue on, you can edit this out. But yo, you gotta stop swearing, man.
You know what? I'm amped up.
I can tell, but yo, you're throwing the F-bombs like you fucking own stock in it right now.
Okay, all right. I'll try. I'm not gonna edit that out.
That's fine. You don't have to. I mean, he's not gonna edit it out. Him and I have talked about this before. Luke, you know, it's just that Guinea Italian in you. You use the word "fuck" like a comma.
Yeah, no,
you
it's
know,
true.
when you get amped up, you just use it more. Like I get
I'm definitely amped up because we've been waiting for this episode for quite some time. This was a couple months ago.
Yeah, this was what, like June or something?
Yeah, and I'll explain later in the episode why we waited a little while.
Yeah. Oh man, do you still have those snapshots of the conversations?
I can bring them up.
Yeah. Let's get those going too. We'll get those going. Nice. This will be good. All right, we'll continue now. Now that Luke has gotten us talking to.
But I grew up in a small town, and as sometimes happens, she told someone who told someone who told someone who was not cool with this. So I'm in 7th grade, and I walk into my first period class, which is science. And in that classroom, there's all these little chair desks, right, all lined up facing the board. And then there's the teacher's desk in the front. And there's a big desktop computer on the teacher's desk. The screen of that desktop computer is the first thing that you can see when you walk in the room. You have to walk right by it. Now, this is a long time ago. I'm not that young. And back then, if you really knew what you were doing, you could program the screensaver to like say a phrase on a loop over and over and over again. And
I did it, and I had it say cock.
I walked in first period science, and the first thing I saw was my name is a fat. And on a loop over and over and over again in my public school classroom, I had to read that I was fat. And it wasn't just in the science classroom. It was in.
Yo, either this is the lie, or who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Like, seriously, so she just said it wasn't in every classroom? Like, give me a break.
And on a loop over and over and over again in my public school classroom, I had to read that I was fat. And it wasn't just in the science classroom. It was in every classroom, every day, for a week.
That's impossible. I don't even believe that.
Again, so she's trying to tell this heart-wrenching story, and people that are incapable of critical thinking are like, this is horrible. This is horrible. So you're meaning to tell me that every single computer in every classroom, or a lot of classrooms, or even just one classroom, said so-and-so is a fag for a week.
Every day.
Every day. And no teacher saw it or changed it. No person said anything. Nobody spoke up on your behalf at all. And on top of all of that, you didn't say anything?
Yeah, you didn't say, hey, can we take these off the
Hey,
computers?
Let's not do that.
Yeah, so I don't know. I feel like she's definitely lying.
Yeah, I don't believe that for a single moment.
Yep. It's a liar.
And the thing that I remember is that there wasn't a single teacher who did anything. I mean, I don't know, maybe they didn't know how to change the screensaver, but no.
There wasn't a single, see, look at, all right, now I'm getting pissed. There wasn't a single teacher who did anything.
Yeah, I
Come
don't
on.
believe that. I don't
I
believe
don't
that.
believe that for a second. Let's hear that again.
And the thing that I remember is that there wasn't a single teacher who did anything.
Yeah, so the teachers kept that up for a week?
Yeah.
Come on, what a liar.
Like, hey, good point.
Yeah, you know what? Let's keep this up here. Let's make her see this. Maybe
Yeah.
it'll resonate.
I mean, I don't know, maybe they didn't know how to change the screensaver, but nobody even asked me how I was.
Wait a second. What did you just say that right there?
Fat. And it wasn't just in the science classroom. It was in every classroom,
So it was in every classroom,
Yeah.
every day.
every day, for a week.
And the thing that I remember is that there wasn't a single teacher who did anything.
So there wasn't a single teacher who did anything in a week. And then I think right here she says she changed it.
I mean, I don't know, maybe they didn't know how to change the screensaver, but nobody even asked me how I was.
Oh.
And I didn't want to be like that. So for 20 years,
So every day for a week, so-and-so is a fag was the screensaver on every computer, or at least all the ones that in the classroom she went to. The teachers never did anything about it, so they stayed there. And nobody asked her how she was doing. I don't believe that at all.
I don't believe it either. And I mean, let's say that this is a half truth and that someone changed a screensaver in one room that said that so and so is a fag for a day. Let's say it's that. Nobody asked you how you were doing is because the average person can take a little bit of bullying every once in a while.
Like, I can believe maybe somebody did put that on the screensaver, but to say nobody changed it, to say not a single teacher did anything about it, absolutely not.
Yeah.
When I was a kid in computer class in 7th grade, I learned how to change that ticker thing to say cock, and then somebody else changed the background to literally like a Microsoft Paint drawing of a penis going into a mouth, right? After that, the function to change the backgrounds on the computer was no longer available.
Yeah.
They put a stop to that pretty fast.
And just another quick point too. Let's say that this woman is from bumfuck Alabama.
Well,
Let's
no,
say
a small town she grew up in, I'm willing to bet she's from Massachusetts.
Well, hey, let's just say it's a deep red state where you might get some type of intolerance like that. Let's just make that argument for the sake of it. Public schools, no matter where you are notoriously liberal. Notoriously liberal.
Mm-hmm.
Go down to Florida, still notoriously liberal. So I again, it's a stretch to say that no teacher did anything for days. Yeah.
Yeah, leaving it up there for days, no, I don't think so. Sorry. Okay, let's continue with this nonsense. I'm actually getting pretty triggered myself now.
I've shown up for my students in the classroom. I haven't always done as good of a job showing up for myself. So when I first started teaching, one of the things that I taught, there's a class, it was like first year writing, and we talked about all these like controversial issues, right? So we talked about race, we talked about class, we talked about gender, talked about sexuality. This was on the syllabus, on the curriculum. And the college asked me to do this. So I had a classroom with
talked about race, talked about gender, talked about sexuality, and this is her telling us what she's talking about in her writing class.
Mm-hmm.
What does any of that have to do with writing?
That has nothing to do with it.
Nothing to do with it.
this just like incredibly diverse group of students, which I love. I've always taught a very, very diverse group of students. And so these were contentious topics. These were difficult discussions because there really was a huge amount of viewpoint diversity in that classroom. There still is in all my classrooms. And I handled these discussions really well, if I like to do say so myself. I love these.
I'm willing to bet she didn't handle any of these discussions well.
Yeah, that's because I wasn't fucking there. That's why you thought you handled it well.
And I love making sure that everyone in the room gets to feel seen and heard. Everyone in the room is respectful of everyone else.
I like how she stared right at you when she said that.
I know. You don't see me, but I'm smiling a lot.
Yeah, dead demon eyes looking right at you when she said that.
Everybody in the room was respectful of everybody else.
And I love making sure that everyone in the room gets to feel seen and heard. Everyone in the room is respectful of everyone else.
Yeah, that's the only time it looks at you, is when it says that.
Staring me in my fucking eyeballs.
Yeah.
And
this Pee Wee Herman looking motherfucker.
I did this, I handled all of these different discussions. And then we got, always to the LGBTQ section of the semester, which is always the last part of
The LGBTQ section of the semester?
Yeah.
You can't see it right now, but I am just shaking my head, sir.
And on the day we started talking about that, every year the same thing would happen. I would introduce the topic just like I had all the others, and then I would have to turn my back to my students and write something on the board because I just had this incredible rush up my body, and I had just blushed because I knew it hit close to home for me. And I knew that somebody inevitably in that classroom was going to think all kinds of things about people like me. So I turned my back and I wrote on the board, and then I conducted these discussions like it didn't mean anything more to me than anything else. And then in the college classroom, we started being eventually asked to use our pronouns when we introduce ourselves. Well,
what college was this? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I know.
he's like giving me like a backstory of this whole movement. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, this is rough. Like, there's a college class that made people start using their pronouns.
I use they, them pronouns, those are my pronouns, and the minute that I say that, you're gonna know something about me. You're gonna know I'm some kind of gender non-conforming something.
Or you're just a retard.
Yeah.
Because there are people who aren't trans that use the pronouns too, and they're just retards.
Yeah.
And the first time I introduced myself that way, I was terrified. But I did it anyway. And what I found is that when I show up in my classroom as my whole authentic self, it gives all of my students, no matter who they are and what their background is, the opportunity to do the same thing, to be exactly who they are in that space. And that's incredibly important to me. So I'm out at work, and that's been largely like amazing. It's been a wonderful experience.
Here, pause it.
The things
So she's talking about who, an opportunity for people to be who they are. And I don't think anybody can disagree with that. We should all be able to be who we are, for the most part.
Well, unless who you are is a trans or a furry.
Well, that's my point. I know you hate Ben Shapiro, but he calls it face tattoo syndrome. If you're a woman trying to be a man and you chop your tits off and get a bunch of weird tattoos, and you are who you are, which is great, but somebody who's normal is like, hey, what's going on here? Face tattoo syndrome. Why do you have that tattoo on your face? Don't you dare ask me about my face tattoo. I'm just being me.
Yeah.
Actually,
Dude.
you're trying to be somebody else. That's the truth, is you're not being you. You're being somebody else. You're dressed up like somebody else.
Yeah. And just no matter what, like, this person is always gonna look like a chick.
Yeah.
Like,
No
I
matter
don't care. I don't have to hear the voice. If I saw her from this distance that I saw her right now, I would say, look at this lesbian. I wouldn't go, who's this guy? Oh, whoa, you're not a real, like, you're not fooling anybody. It doesn't matter how toned your shoulders are and how much of your faux hawk you have.
Yeah.
Like, you're a chick. Are we continuing on? Was that an awkward pause?
No, yeah, we'll continue on.
Okay.
have changed since the election.
Uh-oh.
So one thing that happened is that I was at work, and there was a big, at one of the colleges I teach at, there was a big event.
One of the colleges? Jesus.
God, my kids are never going to college.
Yeah, dude, just don't put them in college, man. Make them go to trade school.
Yeah, one of the colleges she teaches at.
Yeah, give me a break.
My freaking goodness.
Going on, like some kind of student, I don't know, event, not my students, but some other program at the college. So like 150 people out there. Students, faculty, staff, guests. And I had been working in the tutoring center, which is next to this event, and I had to use the bathroom.
Oh no. And then her heart drops.
Yeah.
I don't have any gender inclusive bathrooms at this particular college. And I used the bathroom that Trump wants me to use.
Good.
And I walked in, and I used the bathroom, and I came out of the stall, and there were two students in there. Not my students, I'd never seen them before. But one of them looked at me and said, you're in the wrong bathroom. And I said,
did not happen. Absolute lie. If she walks out of the stall in a women's bathroom, everyone's going to assume that's a lesbian. Nobody's going to assume that's a guy.
well, no, actually, I'm not, it's okay. And she said, no, you don't understand, you're in the wrong bathroom. And I said, well, this is the one that I'm supposed to use, and so it really is okay. And she left. She seemed angry. She left. So I thought, okay. And I finished calmly washing my hands, and I left. Similar things have happened in the past. So I thought, okay.
This has never happened to her.
Misunderstanding. And I left the bathroom, and as I left, I saw this student dragging a faculty member by the arm towards him, pointing at him in front of 150 people and saying, "That is a man in the women's restroom. That is a man in the women's restroom." And this is my place of work. And all I could do in front of 150.
So hold on, this is your place of work, and they don't know you're trans?
Yeah. They don't know you're a teacher.
Yeah, and now they're misidentifying you? Give me a break.
Yeah.
50 people to say, "I'm not a man."
And again, we do not live in the Twilight Zone. Nobody thinks you're a man.
Yeah. And let's make a point to point out that tattoo on her forearm again.
And yo, fucking, she looks like she still has tits.
Yeah. I'm
Does
pretty
she
sure
not?
they're lopped off, or she's wearing a binder.
Oh, well, I
Something,
mean,
but either way,
And it was incredibly
the
humiliating.
voice gives it away.
yeah, she just looks like a chick who lifts weights.
And it was also humiliating when I had to go and talk to HR about this, because it was going to impact my job.
So, yeah, you had to go talk to the company that knows that you're trans because somebody thought you were a man in the women's room. That doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah. Well, and here's the thing too. It's like, okay, you don't dress or look normal. I mean, let's just say, call it how it is. You don't dress or look normal, and you're upset when people have a reaction about it. You know, when I used to wear chained pants, a devil driver shirt, and a green mohawk, do you think did I have the gall to go around and be like, I can't believe people are looking at me weird? Of course people are going to fucking look at you weird. You're dressed weird.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it sounds mean, and it is mean, but it's also true.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle made the joke about it when back when, you know, women first started to dress like whores and think that was okay.
Yeah.
He's like, you can't dress like a slut and then get mad when I assume you're a slut.
Yeah. Exactly. Face tattoo syndrome. Don't ask me about my tattoo. How dare you?
Yeah.
So I went down to HR.
This woman's sob story is almost as fucking brutal as your former co-host making us watch that fucking 2-hour Jordan Peterson video.
Yeah. No, that's yeah, that's fine. Just to bring everybody up to speed real quick anecdotal story. We used to have a book club together and a video club, and we'd send each other all videos or books, and we'd listen to them, and then we'd have a discussion about it. And I mean, between, let's say, 4 at least middle of the road and or conservatives, you would think that we had, after talking for hours every single day for over a year, you would think that we had beat the trans issue to death, which 3 out of 4 of us thought that we did.
Yes. And 1 out of 4 of us
Was like, hey, let's watch this interview about how this trans person regrets it. And I'm like, wow, so we don't dedicate 15 minutes of this every day anyways.
Oh, dude. And the worst part was our rule was the videos can't be over an hour. It was like an hour 47, and we let it slide for the decision.
Yeah.
And like, oh, I was so mad. Nothing's worse than when I had that feeling like I wasted my time and like brain space on something that didn't need to be there.
Well, you know what? It's funny because I only watched, I wanted to watch the video as like a courtesy. I watched about half of it, and then I thought to myself, I can wing this conversation. There's nothing new in this conversation at all. I can.
We didn't have a conversation. It was me yelling at that mic, being like, "What is your fucking problem, bro?" Yeah, I was fucking like legit upset. I know. That like when that happened, I was like, I'm about to not be part of this video club anymore. If this fucking every time it's this clown's fucking pick, he's gonna give us this bullshit.
Yeah, no shit.
You
right?
know, I was like because you guys both like Jordan Peterson, and I'm like, hold on. So there's 4 people in this group. We rotate, you know, who picks the videos. And 2 of them are Jordan Peterson dick riders. Like, this might not be good for me.
Get out of here. My video was good.
The ones you actually were the one who started showing me the Bridget McCrone stuff. 'Cause
Yeah.
that was like your first video you shared.
Yeah.
And that got me right onto that. I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. We got to do an episode on that for sure.
Yeah, definitely. But all right, let's continue.
Yeah. Let's get back to these pretenders.
Yes. Let's get back to these people who are playing pretend in this, this total victim. What a victim.
Yeah.
Everything about it says victim.
Yeah. People thought I was in the wrong bathroom. This is so weird. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
When I already didn't want to tell this story. I walk in, and the HR lady has
Yeah, you didn't want to tell it because once you saw Luke there, he wouldn't fucking believe it.
Yeah.
And I honestly think this woman, with her body language, the way she's kind of choking up a little bit and all this stuff, is because you're there.
Yeah.
I'm willing to bet if you weren't there, she would have more confidence in her step and her voice.
Yeah.
big giant cross on it. I think, oh God, this is not going to go well. And she was wonderful.
What did she just say?
I waited when I had to go and talk to HR about this because it was going to impact my job. So I went down to HR when I already didn't want to tell this story. I walk in and the HR lady has this big giant cross on it. I think, oh God, this is not going to go well.
Okay, this isn't going to go well because she has a cross on.
Yeah, because she believes in God.
Yeah.
Okay.
This isn't going to go well because she knows I'm a demon.
Yeah.
And she was wonderful. She said it's discriminatory and harassing behavior under Massachusetts law and under federal law. And she said, I want to find the student and I want to find the faculty member. And I said, actually, maybe don't do that. I said, you know what? I don't want anybody to get into trouble.
Oh, how brave.
Yeah.
They had an opportunity to get both of them in trouble, and I said, don't do it.
Yeah.
You know why she said don't do it? Because now there's no fucking record of it other than her story.
Yeah.
Give me a break.
I just want a safe place to pee like everyone else.
Yeah.
And she said, no, I
This is why I can't go to these things, because you would have heard my voice off to the side do this.
It's my job. And if you really don't want anybody to get into trouble, then we'll just have a conversation about the law. I said, okay. So she went and she found a student, she found a faculty member, and then she called me in, a week later or whatever, to sort of update me on what had happened. And she said she had found the student. She had pulled the security footage from outside the bathroom door, and she was like, that student was very aggressive. And I was like, I thought so, but anyway.
I mean, even though this story is fake, it's not aggressive if a girl sees a man in the women's room.
Yeah.
That's not aggressive. You can't, unless you start punching the guy, which I still think is okay. Even though, like I said, this story's fake, nobody's misgendering this idiot right here and thinking it's a man. But if a girl sees a man in the men's room and she starts fucking punching him in his mouth, there should be nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, well, not to mention, if you're a woman and you think you see a man in the bathroom with you, that's a predator.
Yeah, exactly.
So why wouldn't you take that seriously? Why wouldn't you go get help?
Exactly. In an aggressive way.
Yeah, but you're dressed weird, so you're a victim. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Cool.
She found a student, and she talked to her, and the student said, well, I just really thought that there was a man in the restroom. And she said, well, first of all, how did you know?
She filmed me the whole time.
And the student said, well, it made me very uncomfortable. And I hated hearing that. I never have wanted to make anybody feel uncomfortable. Let alone.
Really? There's nothing you want more than to make people feel uncomfortable. Let's make that clear.
Yeah.
And she said, well, okay, you were uncomfortable. And she's like, well, uncomfortable things kind of happen to us all the time. And under the law, we don't get to harass people because they make us uncomfortable. She said, oh my God, okay. And she hadn't really thought about that.
Pause it real quick. This isn't a story about people being uncomfortable. This is a story about a woman who thought she saw a man in the bathroom.
Yes.
That's what it is. This is not this is not what she's trying to frame it out to be. This
Yeah,
is a
and
completely different situation that what she's now talking about.
yeah, it's a fake story about a woman who thought there was a man in the bathroom.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
She also hadn't thought about the fact that she might, in fact, be making someone uncomfortable in that moment. And so then my HR woman, and she's recounting this story to me, and she said something kind of amazing to the student. She said, "So what are you going to do the next time this happens?" And she said the student was really taken aback. And the HR woman said, "This is not a problem with the person who was using the bathroom. This is the kind of thing that will happen again. We live in a society where people look all different kinds of ways, where there are all different kinds of people. And you can't act unlawfully because of that. So what are you
Pause it
going to do
again.
the next time?"
We live in a society where people look all different types of ways. Yeah, but you know what? 99% of the time, we can differentiate between male and female. So let's not play this semantical game of people look all different ways. Yeah, I mean black, yellow, red, white, fat, small, tall, skinny. Yeah, that's right. But this is what people like this do is they talk about something and over the course of their dialogue with you will slowly shift the framework. Well, people look all sorts of different ways. Yes, but not how you're talking about.
Mhm.
Not how you're talking about, sweet cheeks.
Sweet cheeks, Jesus.
And this happens. And the HR woman's recounting the story to me. And she says, and the woman said to me, the student said to me, "Well, I guess next time I'll just leave the bathroom and come back later." And I said, "Perfect." And the HR woman said, "No, it's not perfect. We can actually ask for an awful lot better from the society."
Yo, this HR person did not fucking say that. This demon is spouting nothing but lies this whole fucking time.
I just love how you're using the word demon.
Because it is a demon. It fucking is a fucking demon. That's why I put this pit of hell here. And with this demon mouth at the top. Because that's where they're all going. Because that's where they're all fucking going. And I don't care.
Know what? I mean, I'll say, and I've mentioned it many times on the podcast and even in our own personal conversations, when you lie, your life becomes chaos. That's not a religious statement. That's not a Christian statement or a Jew or whatever. When you lie, your life becomes chaos. And here we are with a woman who thinks she's a man, so she's lying. And then this is what happens. Your life, now you're in HR and your life is chaos.
Yeah, no, now she's, dude, again, this isn't a real story. I don't care what anybody says. There's no HR lady with a fucking heart of gold going, "No, society, we need to do better." This never
the
happened.
one with the cross on her neck. Yeah, that's
First
the
of
one.
all, if it really did happen, this demon would have gotten the other two people in trouble. She wouldn't have went, "No, let's not get anybody." She would have went, "Yes, let's get them in trouble."
Yeah.
Because that's what they do. So for her to be the virtuous one, no, we don't want to get anybody in trouble. Give me a fucking break.
Well, hey,
Now I'm swearing.
I'll give her the benefit of the doubt and say that, hey, this story very well could be true. It's your fault.
It is your fault. But I just fucking, again, I don't believe this fucking demon for a second.
Meantime, we'll take it. She also said a lot of other interesting things if you have questions. Thank you all very much.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm clapping.
I was gonna say, were you clapping here?
I was clapping. Hey, listen, I was polite and cordial the entire time. The entire time. I was not abrasive at all. The people who attacked me, and
yeah, even when at the beginning, you weren't like raising your voice or anything.
No, I mean, we all saw it. I couldn't have come in there any more cordially and quieter.
Now I'm on like, I've been drinking. I'm like starting to feel my coffee now. Now I have to not get amped up.
Now you got to what?
Not get amped up.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. Another woman trying to be a man.
That's a woman?
That's a woman. This is where it gets good.
Here's my partner.
Here's my partner.
And what's this tattoo?
Yeah.
Is that a Christmas? That's a Christmas tree with a cross on top.
Yeah.
Do you see that?
Yeah, something like that.
That's a
Looks like
tree. It sucks because it keeps doing that. But that's a tree with a cross on the top and then a half circle going around it. Interesting. These fucking demons.
And I would acknowledge their bravery in doing
I know. What a story of fucking bravery.
that.
I know, right?
Jesus Christ.
That we could have also left, and it would have been more than understandable for us to have done so. But neither one of us wants the rest of the people in this room to stop being able to learn and be able to ask questions because there's somebody in the room that is
Oh, he's pointing right at you.
Yeah, he is, yeah.
Oh.
taking
Yeah. Yeah, I clap.
So he's calling you out right now?
Yeah, he's pretty much what he's just said right there was well, rewind it. Let's play it again because it's kind of hard to hear, but
Yeah.
I don't want to
Yeah,
not tell it too much.
Yeah, it's so choked up from that fucking story.
Yeah.
That fucking heroic.
Yeah, this heroic taking a piss.
And it would have been more than understandable for us to have done so. But neither one of us wants the rest of the people in this room to stop being able to learn and be able to ask questions because there's somebody in the room that is making us feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, so he said there's somebody in this room that who's stopping us from learning and stopping us from asking questions.
Pretty much what he said was, there's somebody in this room that's trying to stop us. It was let me start over. It was brave for her. Her piss in the bathroom story was so brave, and we're glad that she got through it because right now there's somebody in the room that's trying to prevent us all from learning. When I said right off the bat, I am here to learn and educate myself and ask questions. I'm probably the only person in that fucking room that is there to actually learn new things and not fucking high five with my liberal lgbtq friends.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think I got that acronym right.
It doesn't matter. It sounded good.
Yeah, but anyways, that's what this woman is saying. The bearded lady.
Yeah, total bearded woman.
Pause it. If this was 1900, she'd be under a tent with a fucking circus crew. Fucking people would be paying a nickel to fucking look at her face.
Yeah, both of these two. Look at them.
Yeah.
Recording not so much because I care about his face, but I also want somebody else to hear exactly what it is that we are saying. Because I don't know how this is going to be used. I don't know for what purpose. I don't know how it's going to be edited. I don't know how our words are going to be mis.
Hey, we're bringing this shit unedited right now, right? We're not.
Yeah, we're not cutting out anything. We're not chopping up anything.
So if you keep editing, at least there will be one copy someplace that is the actual truth of what we've said.
So they're already assuming you're gonna chop this up and fucking be like somebody who makes them look like they're in a bad light.
Yeah.
And here we are sitting here watching it, you know, totally uncensored.
I don't have to chop up anything to point out how retarded all of this is. A bunch of fake victims bitching about, I was dressed weird in the wrong bathroom. You know, they put fag on a computer for a week. Nobody cares.
And nobody believes you. Come on, dude. Come fucking on.
My heart is going a mile a minute. I have done a lot of presentations over my life. I've been working with Speak Out for the last 8 years now, but on top of that, this has been my life for the last 20 years. That I have spoken in front of people about my experience, educating people about what it means to be lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, questioning, queer, any of the other ones. And I have never felt more afraid than I do right now in this moment, but generally in the larger context of a country. And you're smiling and laughing, but you have to understand the power that you have with your phone right now, recording me, and I have no control over what you're going to do with it.
Pause it. Oh, face.
Look at this woman. This woman hates you.
Oh, she hates me, dude. She ends up crying by the end of the video, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But let's just talk about what that woman just said. This is the scariest moment in her life.
Yeah.
You've lived a very privileged life. If this is the most afraid you have ever been in your life, was this moment right now where a white, straight conservative is sitting in the back row of a giant room with his broken camera phone.
Yeah, a fucking guinea who's probably dressed too good for the fucking occasion.
dressed in a red tracksuit with a gold pinky ring. You know?
I've never felt more. I mean, yeah, you lived a very cushy life. Yeah,
it's like,
very
dude, have you never bought drugs in the ghetto?
Yeah.
I do the trash in fucking Brockton sometimes.
Yeah, I have to do deliveries sometimes in Jamaica Plain.
Yeah. You know, I mean, Jesus Christ. I've walked into rooms with just fucking coked out Mexicans staring at me with guns on the table.
Oh, yeah. Our sister, when we were teenagers, the fucking crack houses we used to go to just to buy a gram of weed.
Yeah. You know, it just, but this is the most afraid you've ever been.
Hey.
In the context of our country, whatever the fuck that even means.
I mean, who knows? Maybe, you know, this demon did grow up as a rich kid. This might be the most afraid he's ever been.
Yeah, you know what? Like I said, this woman has lived a very privileged life, if this is the scariest experience. You know what? Good for him. That's what America is about, being safe. Good for you, man, lady.
Oh, very good. Appreciate it.
Yeah, because I just raised my hand for a question, and they were like, we'll wait till the Q&A.
I am doing this because I think that at this moment, there are a lot of people that don't have the ability to speak. There are a lot of people who are afraid.
There are a lot of people that don't have the ability to speak. All these fucking trans people do is fucking speak. All we see is them speaking and protesting and fucking posting.
Yeah, it's like, are we not at a public library right now where you're giving a speech?
Yeah, who are these trans people that aren't allowed to fucking speak? Like, give me a break.
There's a flag around every corner. Don't tell me that you're not acknowledged.
You get churches flying the gay flag, and you're trying to say you aren't allowed to fucking speak?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta stop swearing.
To speak, and our voices are to be heard. A few weeks ago, Aiden and I were traveling to Ohio.
Here comes another fake story, I can tell already. Another bullshit story.
Yeah.
We've been reluctant to travel, even on a plane, in this country, because we've both changed some gender identity marker on our official documents. Mine is that both my license and my passport both have M's on them now. I was assigned female at birth. So essentially, I was born.
You weren't assigned anything at birth. Nobody assigned you anything at birth. That's just what you are.
Yep.
Stop with that. I was assigned me this. No, they didn't assign you. It's an objective truth. That's what you are. Anyways.
Yeah.
Doctor looked at me and said, "That's a girl." Several years later, I said, "You were wrong," and we went on from there. So now I have, federal documentation that says this was somebody who had an F on a passport. This was somebody that had an F on a license.
I mean, this has to be the most unattractive chick I've ever seen in my life, just for the record.
Yeah.
State-based, but this is the case. And now federally, I am known to have changed my gender marker to an M. And when you go through a passport, you're going through a federal place. So this is federal land that I'm on. I'm in Boston. And so I go up and I have TSA pre-check.
It looks like the lead singer to like a local Boston band, right?
Yeah, I know,
One,
right?
two, three, four, like, like
Yeah.
drop kicks or something.
Use it anymore because the fear that we have of being separated from the airport is real. Every time we've gone through the airport recently, I have watched them get an incredibly invasive pat down, including the groin and the chest, because for some reason, whoever's operating the whirly game that you go through doesn't know what to make of them. Every single time this happens.
Yeah, sorry, I'm a little confused when a man's walking up and I don't feel a fucking penis.
Yeah, well, here we are at the airport where this dude's saying that the documents don't match because maybe one says male and when the other one says female. Okay, so the documents don't match and you're going through security. Of course, you're gonna get patted down more because your passport now has to say your gender that you were assigned at birth. And your license says something else because you live in a state where they change that. And those two conflicting things, now you have to explain to security, well, blah, 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 blah. It's like, okay, well, now we have to check these guys out a little extra just to make sure that everything's above boards. Again, let's say that this story's real. It's your fault.
Yeah, it's your fault.
The last time it happened, the person was so aggressively up in their business that she said, can you hold onto your pants a little bit so that you don't accidentally pull them off? In front of however many people are at the TSA line.
Which, by the way, this embarrassing stuff happens to everybody at TSA.
Yeah, this woman must have forgot her rainbow belt in the fucking car.
Yeah.
So we go through that every time. So we don't want to be separated when we go through TSA because
You can tell how self-conscious they are because they keep fixing their shirt.
Yeah.
we are afraid of what might happen to each other. And Abe is more afraid for me because where would the government put me? What would they do with me?
Oh my God, what would they
What
do?
would they do? They would probably just tell you that you can't get on the flight, worst case scenario.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus Christ, what do you think's going to happen?
You know what they're going to do? Genocide.
Yeah.
Because of how I look and my genitalia. And we're already afraid because we know what's happening to other people who have gone through airports and gone through TSA. And
Again, it happens to everybody at TSA when you get searched. It's an uncomfortable fucking procedure. It's embarrassing, and everybody, well, not everybody, but people, no matter what race and gender, go through it.
Yeah.
there have been people who have been held at TSA because of some documentation thing that happens. So I go up to the counter at the TSA, and they do the thing where they take your picture now. I don't know if you've been through an airport lately, but yeah, they take a picture now of you, and they compare that to your document. And for whatever reason, the little thing like froze on me for a minute, and I'm like, is this happening? Is this really happening right now? I'm like, oh my gosh, like something's triggered, some alarm has gone off. And I was sitting there for a very uncomfortable 2 to 3 minutes waiting for this guy to tell me something about what was wrong.
So this demon traveled here to New York Public Library just to tell us a story about how one time they got held up at TSA.
Yeah. It's like, again, it's your fault.
Like, what? How do you blame that on society? It's just unreal.
Look at the other
Yeah, looking right at you.
fucking
Damn.
burning holes into my retinas.
She's just in her head like Beelzebub, Beelzebub, Beelzebub.
He's cursing me.
Never
mind.
Yeah.
It just didn't work. Let's try it again. He did it
She
again.
just got like Cradle of Filth lyrics going in her head right now.
That I moved through. But when I can tell you I was terrified, I was like, what is about to happen?
First this thing said that this was the most terrifying experience of his life right now, and now he's telling us this was a terrifying experience. I have a feeling that he goes through a lot of terrifying experiences.
I have a feeling, it's a pretty low bar.
Yeah, I feel like everything's terrifying to you, sir.
Yeah, to this
Because
lady.
could we have imagined in this country, like a little over a year ago, the idea that we'd be shipping people off from this country to other countries to be in a gulag somewhere? No. Would we imagine somebody who is just doing a
Shipping people? We're shipping people?
Yeah.
doctorate on childhood development in Somerville being plucked off the street and then sent to a detention camp in Louisiana for literally no reason? No, we couldn't imagine.
Other than he's illegal.
Yeah.
afraid that something similar could happen to me as a trans person is not that unlikely. Additionally, so down in Texas, there was a trans.
Oh my God, there was confusion in Texas with a trans person? Jesus.
That's weird.
What are you even doing in Texas?
Yeah.
Youth, transgender boy, who was getting testosterone. He was cut off because of Paxton and the Texas AG and other members of Texas saying that trans kids aren't available to have this sort of gender-affirming care anymore.
Good.
So his parents figured out how
That'd be good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
to get testosterone from him from Seattle Children's Hospital. But here's the problem. Testosterone is considered a controlled substance. So when you start to take it, they take your name and they put it in a federal database. So Paxton, and this should scare anybody, whether you're liberal or conservative, they used a national database to look up a person's private medical information. He found that this person in Texas was taking this drug in another state, and they sued Seattle Children's Hospital.
Good.
Yeah, they do that, especially with testosterone, so people don't abuse it.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds like a good thing to me. I don't know.
You'll have people get like different scripts of testosterone in different states. And next thing you know, it's like they've got, 2 different places giving them a month's worth, and now they got 3 months worth, and they're abusing it.
Yeah.
Okay? So like those laws are put in for those reasons, so people don't abuse it.
That is fucking terrifying.
Oh, that's terrifying too?
That's
Jesus.
terrifying too. Wow. Hold on. Let me get a pen and paper and we can write down all the fucking, sorry for swearing, all the things that this person thinks is terrifying.
Yeah, so far this LGBTQ night has been the most terrifying. And then the TSA experience was terrifying. And now this in Texas is terrifying.
Yeah.
Because that goes so far beyond just, do you think that a trans woman should play in a sports team? That is our own personal data being used for uses that has nothing to do with what's actually being said it's being used for, to marginalize and frighten and take rights away from people. Parental rights away from people. I had a whole thing I was going to talk about today, and obviously that's gotten a little bit switched up.
Really?
Why?
Yeah, why?
Why did it get switched up?
No, she had a bunch of lies that she was going to tell, and she realized that she couldn't skate when someone there that knows the fucking truth.
Exactly.
But one more thing I just want to say.
This fucking emotional wreck. Jesus Christ. Everything's terrifying. Look at yourself.
Yeah. And no, I'm positive.
What?
Her demeanor right now is that's a feminine demeanor. That's how a woman stands when she's upset. Hand on the hip, leaned a little bit forward.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's a woman's stand.
Even the over emotional, like being over emotional, over dramatic right now.
In the voice, like I said, you're not fooling anybody with these women.
Oh, what do you say?
Fucking amazing.
You have an amazing life. You're always terrified.
Are you sure? Doesn't sound like it.
You just told us how everything's terrifying.
Yeah.
And now you're saying you have an amazing life where you live in constant terror?
Yeah, this is like the 5th story we've heard about how you guys' life sucks. Okay, I'll take your word for it.
Sounds amazing. Yeah, sounds real amazing.
We wake up in the morning and we read the newspaper. And some days it is exhausting. Some days we read something like what Ellen had up there before about trans rights being trampled on, about immigrant rights being trampled on.
Why put immigrants in there with the trans?
Yeah, they're just trying to get as many people on their side as possible. They're going to have a new stripe on the flag soon for the immigrants.
We have friends who have green cards who are terrified of things right now. We are afraid of what it means for us to travel, not just in this country, but out of the country. Right now, they have okayed being able to have a passport that actually matches your gender presentation. Like, would you want to have this space and go through an airport with an F on your passport?
That's your fucking problem.
Yeah, that's your fault.
Yeah, that's not our problem.
That's your
That is
fault.
not our problem. That you're a bearded woman fucking circus sideshow and you feel weird because it says female on your thing. That's your problem.
Yeah, the truth is that these are two lesbians that took it too far.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to. These are two lesbians that took it too far.
Yeah, and now they have no choice but to continue down this just fucking dark path into hell.
Would you want to see me in your women's restroom? Probably not. We have been terrified.
But the thing is, we do see people like him in the women's restroom, men who are identifying as women.
Yeah.
You know, so we do see it.
Into a very small space. But we still have incredible community. We still have a pretty freaking great time. We were just camping this morning. It's beautiful out. We enjoyed that. We have family and friends who love and support us. And we're here now doing this and risking a fucking lot.
Risking a lot. What could they possibly be risking?
Yeah, what are you risking right now?
Other than, you know, Luke recording and showing everyone how stupid this bullshit is.
Yeah, I mean, you're in a public place. I mean, you know, it's like being a cop and being like, you know, and being like, yeah, we didn't know what we were getting into. You know, I mean, you're a woman that looks like a man and you're using bathrooms and, you know, changing up your M and F on your whatevers and like, you know, it's your fault. It's just your fault. Be quiet.
It's just your fault.
I hope you get what you need.
I hope you get what you need. He looked right at you.
Yeah, I'm getting everything that I fucking need. Sorry. And look at closet. Look at the way she's like looking down and clapping, like, oh my god, you know, like,
yeah, like she's
the bravest thing that
yeah. They both think that they're doing like the bravest shit.
Yeah, they think they're like it's like they're over, you know, overcoming this giant obstacle. You know, like they're saving the world. They're doing God's work. You know.
Yo, this dude stands up. Come on. Did you stand up too?
Yeah, I stood up. I'm clapping. I clapped during all of it. Take a sip of water. Take a breathe.
Yeah. Must have been so terrifying.
Yeah. Why don't you go lay on the ground, buddy?
Look at that look. Oh my god. If he had a gun, if that thing had a gun, you'd be dead.
Yeah, no shit.
Look at that look, dude. Jesus. Oh man. All right, so this is the end of the first video.
Yeah.
So far, this is all great.
This is, I mean, dude, when I did this, I was on a high for like 3 days.
Yeah, I remember you calling me right after, and I could hear you like driving fast down the street, like, "Look, this is awesome."
Well, it's funny. So when I was going there, you know, I decided to go there. I wanted to get people to come with me. I invited you. I invited many other people. Everyone denied. And I'm like, oh shit! Like, am I actually gonna do this? But then I thought to myself, like, listen, I want to be active of not only doing good in society, but stopping bad. And this is stopping bad. Me going here is stopping bad. You know, because now they're going to anticipate people like me, and I encourage anybody to go to these things and ask questions, because as you can see right now, they're afraid of us.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't take much. I haven't even said a word to anybody since the beginning of the video, and look how uncomfortable and look how afraid they are. It's because they know that their ideology is bullshit. They know that it's lies. And when you lie, your life becomes chaos. We got to do this more. Oh yeah. So on the way to this thing too. Again, nobody's come with me. I'm like, oh, am I really going to do this? Blah blah blah. And I'm like, it's my moral obligation to go. I have to go. I even went up to our brother Alex. I go, yo, I'm going to that thing. He goes, you are? Don't go. And I just put my hand on his shoulder. I go, it's my moral duty to go.
I have to do
Yo,
this.
keep your cell phone on just in case I need to call you from a jail cell.
That's awesome.
But you know what got me through it was I was on my way, dude. I had fucking a knot in my stomach because I knew all of this was going to happen. I knew everyone was going to turn on me the moment I opened the door. And you know what got me going was I put on Death Clock, Thunder Horse. Yeah. And I just was like in my fucking pickup truck, like blasting Thunder Horse. Like, you know, and that whole song is just thunder.
Yeah, I know Thunder Horse.
Yeah, so I'm just like, fuck yeah, we're fucking doing this, you know?
That's awesome.